Hey everyone, Slayer here to introduce Nasty and Friends from BDC Studios, a podcast where two friends who met in the Army Reserves get together and talk about shit. One's a firefighter and the other has a funny laugh. So sit back, get rid of your kids, and hold on to your because it's about to get nasty, friends.
Welcome to Nasty and Friends with Pagnasty and Spicy Motherfucking Brown.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nasty and Friends podcast, episode 20.
Milestone.
You fucking jabronis have no idea. I'm Spicy Brown. Sitting across from me is my main man, the handsome, the bearded, the curvy, the funny, my dude, Pagnasty.
Oh, hey, how's it going, Nasties?
Hey. Hey. This is a Sunday morning podcast. We've had a great weekend. We're going to talk about the weekend we had last night, talk about this morning. We're going to set the scene of what we got going on. We're going to get into some topics. We're going to get into some Q&A, which is great. And we're going to talk about the death pool again. So, it's been a great morning.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Woke up wide awake, laid back down just for like 5 minutes, and woke up an hour and a half later. So we got to sleep in, which is always nice.
Yeah.
At least I've slept in a while, which is
that's
it's always good.
You got to catch up on sleep.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. We got up, started moving around. Excited we should go get some food, get some brunch, get something. JPEGs found this cafe. She said it was good. They had good food, good ratings, good food. They said they had good cinnamon rolls. So we rolled up in that bitch, and they weren't fucking around.
No, they come to the table like, it's like seat yourself. Like within 10 seconds of us sitting, we had water, just from, I think, just like bus boys or bus girls or whatever you want to call it. Just like small waters, dropped it off. Then our waitress, when she came over to introduce herself and get our drink order, she had cinnamon rolls with her.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're complimentary cinnamon rolls that they hand out to everybody. I don't know if that's an everyday thing. I don't know if that's just a Sunday morning thing.
Or just because they probably knew we were from the podcast and it was like a VIP kind of thing.
It very well could be.
Yeah.
So, but it was all the cinnamon rolls were phenomenal.
Yeah.
All the food was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was great service.
Usually when I roll into places like that, I usually just go lunch or dinner, and I don't fuck with breakfast. Every now and then I'll fuck with breakfast. I'm glad I fucked with breakfast. I got the country fried steak. I got hash browns. I had a pancake, and I had some eggs and some toast. And my plate was the size of like two normal plates. So it was fucking great. I had some gravy. The crust on the country fried steak was great. I had the gravy on top of that, and it was fucking cock.
Yeah, it was really good. And I had the everything skillet, and there was everything you could think of was in it. It was phenomenal. So.
Yeah, fresh jalapenos.
Yeah, and we're cooked, which is always good. They're just fresh, so I like a little zing to my breakfast, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
Me too. That was good. So we did that. Came back. Also hit a few Pokemon. I hatched a couple eggs. Handled some business in the bathroom. I always talk about Pokemon. So just for anybody who's interested or whatever, I know Joey and Spencer, those guys play. Right now, I'm like one Pokestop away from hitting level 18. I'll be level 18 next time I do anything with this. And then my top 3 troops is the Flareon. It's just 1120 CP. A Tentacruel, which is 892. And I just hatched a Electabuzz, which is 882.
You speak Spanish?
The CP for combat power. And then underneath there, I got a Skither, a Hypno, and then a Pidgeot. But we're still doing it. We caught some shit while we were here, hatched some eggs while we were here, and it's been fun. It's been fun, man. So came back, went to BDC Studios, prepping. Right now we got the Olympics on in the background. It's on mute. It's a little bit different because this podcast and the last podcast, usually we're either solo or we have guests with us. This time we don't have guests with us, but we do have hot bitches chilling in BDC Studios with us. So that's a little different, and it's good.
Yeah, they charge by the hour, but it's okay.
Right.
They're worth it.
Yeah,
so.
it's worth it for sure.
They're reading and I think playing Clash of Clans.
Yeah, giving us updates on fucking Olympic events and doing sex stuff for us. So no, that's good. Also, to help set the scene, we got the Olympics in the background. We're sipping on a drink that's a little unique. So we might as well talk about that. The last episode 19, the name of that episode is Mexican Moonshine, and the picture of that is the vase filled with Mexican moonshine. If you didn't listen to the podcast, the last podcast, what are you doing?
Yeah, you reevaluate your life, listen to it, and come back to where you're at right now.
Come back to where you're at right now.
Appreciate it.
But I brought some Mexican moonshine to my man Pagnasty's. and we have it in the studio. We have it in a skull glass. How would you describe that?
Well, it's just the skull vodka that you could buy. I mean, it's just like it's a bottle, but it's in the shape of a skull.
A skull.
So it's pretty sweet. I've always loved it since I had it. Told a little backstory on our last podcast, so I won't get into that. But I always just kept it just for like decorations. It's on my liquor shelf and stuff. So last night, it was last night on the podcast you heard. I dumped it into that and it's set. And we looked at it this morning, and I didn't clean it out last time I used the skull thing. So there's a bunch of floaties in there, and I'm like, well, I'm not worried about anything living because the Mexican moonshine is just going to fucking...
kill anything.
Yeah, just take everything down to a zero. So, but we did filter it out through a coffee filter and got all the floaties out, and then I washed it out, and then it's back in there in its proper storing container.
Yeah, dude.
And like I told you, like you said on the last podcast, you said this moonshine was smuggled in from Mexico. Yeah. And when I think of moonshine smuggled in from Mexico, which I never do because I didn't even think it was a thing until you told me that story. I'm like, I feel like it should come in a skull.
Absolutely.
In a skull glass.
Absolutely.
So it was pretty sweet. So that's where it is. It's going to stay up there and just bust it out on special occasions, I think. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you told about this drink that we're having now.
Yeah.
Last night.
This is episode 20. And this is a special occasion. So what we're drinking right now is called El Toro Negro, which is the Black Bull. Mm-hmm. And so what we have in our cups is coffee, Mexican moonshine, which is made out of sugar cane, and then we have Coca-Cola in there, and then you got a little bit of cream in yours. Yeah. Other than that, that's what it is. What do you think?
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. It's one of those, like, if anybody's ever had, like, Baileys and stuff, in your coffee, it tastes somewhat like that, as in there's alcohol in it, but this is strong. Like, the alcohol, and we only put, half an ounce in?
Yeah, I put half an ounce in mine.
So it's half an ounce, it's 10 ounces of coffee. Yeah. I put a full ounce of Coke in mine, and then some creamer, and the alcohol kills it all. Like, you could just taste it over everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like, as you're lifting it up, like, you could smell there's rubbing alcohol in here. So, but it's good. It is really good. I like it.
Yeah, it's different. It's good. I think for Sunday morning, for a special occasion like episode 20, I think it's fitting.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Good, dude. It's real good. It's starting to get faded up.
It's all right.
And then, it's been a great weekend. Last night, we got done recording. Last night's episode, obviously, we just recorded it, and we were there for it. I can't wait to go back and listen to it. It was, 3 hours?
It was just, without the animal fact or the beginning, no editing, It was like 3 hours and 3 minutes, just the podcast part. So it'll be, depending on how long the animal fact is, usually from 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah. The beginning, so it'll probably hit 3 hours, 6 minutes, 7 minutes with everything added on, I would guess, depending on, like I said, whatever long sends in that animal fact. So so it's good. It'll be it's gonna be pretty sweet. So.
I enjoy every podcast. I don't ever be like, that sucked. That was shitty. I always have fun, but last night was fucking awesome. I think we were both on point. Hopefully we can start getting some feedback. That'll come out next week. Obviously, a week before this comes out. So talking about it like that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah. So this will come out last week for you.
Yeah, that really doesn't make sense. Obviously, we're going to release 18, 19, and then this one, 20, is going to come out. So
yeah, because 18's up right now as we're talking, and then 19 will come out on Friday, and then 20 will be the Friday after. Yeah. So
I can't wait to listen to 19, and then, of course, listen to this one. That was so much fun. 3 hours. We covered a lot of topics, and we went down some rabbit holes, and we went to some dark places.
Yeah,
we went to some good places. A lot of that was funny as fuck, dude.
That's right.
Some of the questions we got asked last night were fucking bomb, dude.
I expect the same caliber today when we get to it. So
people brought heat, and I thought we had some pretty good answers, and some of them were just like, "You sick fucks." I love it. I love it.
Oh, it's great. Excuse me there. Sorry.
No, it's all good. So last night we recorded, fucking hugs all around, and you're Dr. Goddamn Dre in the booth. So you're recording, we're hanging out.
Editing.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you're editing. Have a second dinner.
Oh, dude, that was so funny because you're just like, as soon as we got done, I'm like still full, and you're just like, so when's second dinner? And I start laughing. And I laugh because I know you're not joking.
Oh, I'm not kidding.
Because you got that look in your eye. You're like, no, I'm not kidding. I go, I know. That's why I'm laughing. And I'm like, well, there's some of the deer burger and all this stuff. You're like, no, I'm not going to eat your leftovers, but I'm going to smash this entire pizza. Yeah, which one do you want?
Yeah. Dude, it was good. I had some more ice cream dessert. And then you pulled out what was cool is you pulled out the record player.
Yeah.
Because a few months ago, me and Camus were in the Guitar Center. We were messing with the equipment for the podcast, and we were looking through the records. And she's like, "I want to buy." Well, I don't remember how it went down, but she bought. No, the fuck. Do you remember how it all went down? The Tupac album?
Did she reached out to her friend or something?
That's right. That's right.
It was like on Facebook, if I remember right. As he was
right.
getting rid of it, she's like, "Hey, do you have this?" And he did. So what happens? Like when I say I collect vinyls, it's not like I'm like, oh, I think that's the best way to listen to music. I just like them, and my goal is because I love rap music and I love comedy that I want to collect all like comedy albums and rap albums.
Yeah.
Like Eminem, his latest album I think that came out was MMLP2.
Okay.
That came out a year ago. So I have that on vinyl. Like it doesn't have to be like super old for me to own it. You know, I have an old George Carlin album. I have a Red Fox album.
Rodney Dangerfield.
It's just called Rappin' Rodney.
Yeah.
And when you read it, it just says Rodney's rapping, and like there's nothing else. So I haven't listened to it yet because it was my dad's. Yeah. And I have some old stuff. I have some classics like Michael Jackson Thriller album, vinyl. I have like Eagles vinyl, some Madonna, Bruce, just some of that. I have some 45s as well that were my parents. But that's what I want. Like I like to collect that stuff. So she knows that I love rap music, so she got me the double. I don't know if it's a double album, but it's 4 vinyls. It's Tupac. It's like all of his best hits, and it was unwrapped until last night.
Yeah,
and we
awesome.
busted that out. And my record player that I have is J-Pax's grandma. Like when she passed away, they were getting rid of stuff, and I wanted one. Yeah. And so they just gave it to me. So yeah, we had that on the table, just listening to that, and that was fucking awesome.
That was awesome. You were doing your thing, editing. Yeah, and I sorry, I couldn't remember the story. I think we were looking at records in the Guitar Center, and then she's like, my buddy had a record store, so yeah, she hooked up with that Tupac album. That's awesome. We unwrapped it last night, playing some old school Pac, and just hanging out. Had a great time, man. That was a lot of fun. Your collection is solid, dude. Yeah, it's not a huge collection, but everything you have in there is great.
Yeah, and I want to open it up. Like, I want to get some more, like, comedy albums I really want to lean on. And I don't know if they're even available. I haven't gone too much, but on my list of wants, I definitely want Dr. Dre Chronic and Chronic 2001 albums. I'd like to get some more Eminem albums and stuff like that. So just stuff that I love. Like Lindsey Sterling, she's a like hip hop violinist. Like I have her very first album. And it's cool because I showed it to you because it's red. Like the vinyl itself is red. So I like to bust that out once in a while too.
Yeah, that looked good. And then you introduced me to Lindsey Sterling, not in person, but on YouTube when we were hanging out one weekend. And if you don't know who she is, you're like a hip hop violinist or whatever you want to call her. She's fucking great, very entertaining. She's on YouTube. She's all over. She does
because she started. I think she was on America's Got Talent, and she made it pretty far. She didn't win, and then she started a YouTube channel, and she's just blown up since I've seen her live twice. Okay. She's absolutely great. Her videos aren't just like her playing. Like they're actual music videos, and like a lot of the times, like she said, like when I was at her concert, that she's like, I think of an idea for a video, and sometimes I write the song around that. That's awesome. And she doesn't like she sings in some songs, like one or two. And she has have you ever heard the song Shatter Me? It's I can't remember who sings it. J-Pax, who's the lead singer?
Lindsay Hale from Hailstorm.
Yeah, Lindsay Hale from Hailstorm. She's the lead singer, and she just plays violin in the background of that song, and it's on the radio and stuff, and it's a fucking phenomenal song itself. Nice. But yeah, her stuff is it's great. It's upbeat, it's violent, and her videos are solid. My favorite one that she does is Crystallize, and I think it has, if not, millions upon millions, maybe billion views. I don't know if it really has a billion views, but it has millions upon millions. I think it's last time I checked, it was over 100 million views on YouTube. So check her out for sure. She's great. Yeah, she just released a new album. I haven't bought it yet. But she's great. And if you get a chance, she's going on tour. She's nowhere near here this summer. But if you get a chance, definitely go see her. Yeah. The second time I watched her, I enjoyed it a lot more because I knew all of the songs. Mm-hmm. Like I knew of her enough that I know I would enjoy it. But the fact that I knew, this is this song, this is this, me personally got to appreciate it a little bit more. Yeah. So.
No, that's awesome, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully some people check it out and get into it. It's worth it. I was like, how the fuck? When I see shit like that, or I'm like, how the fuck did I not hear about this sooner?
Yeah.
Get mad that people didn't share information with me like the whole shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even remember because I watched so many YouTube videos all the time, and I think it was just somebody that I was watching that went to one of her concerts, and then I subscribed to her and checked her out, and yeah, she's great. She has some Christmas music stuff that comes out, so yeah, she's great.
Yeah, Lindsay, hit us up. We'll get you on the cast. Right. Talk to my man. We'll get you here. We'll get you to do a live set on the podcast.
Yeah, can you imagine? We'd just be sitting like, oh, we can drink.
We can drink. We got a bunch of dick stories. Buckle your seatbelt. We're doing this.
She just takes us out with her violin.
Yeah, I bet you'd fight, dude.
Oh, for sure.
She'd beat the shit out of us.
Scrappy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, hopefully people check that out. Yeah, your record collection was great. That was a good time last night, hanging out and eating a fuck ton, and then drinking, doing some other stuff, and listening to some motherfucking Tupac.
Yeah.
Now we're drinking the fucking El Toro Negro. Shouts out. Chapo. # free Chapo. I'm a little bit more than halfway through with my drink. I don't know if you could tell. I'm sweating, dude.
Yeah, I can see
know.
it. Yeah, I'm sweating too because I can feel it on my lip, and I'm about halfway through as well. So I was like, jeez.
Like I know my face is probably shining, like I'm sweating. I don't know. Like I don't know if this is really like if we're supposed to like consume this. Like if we're really supposed to drink it, it's probably just more for decoration. Like
Yeah, probably just like the story behind it.
Yeah.
You're really not supposed to drink
you're not
it.
supposed
Like,
to drink that.
it's paint thinner. Is really what it is.
He's at the strip paint in Mexico. You stupid.
Dumb gringos.
What fuck? Do you want to get into some Q&A?
Yeah, we can. Okay. Yeah, just fucking jump right into it.
Let's fucking do it. We were having a blast with the Q&A last night. We were getting late. I'm like, fuck. Let's save them for the next podcast. 3 hours is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Bet. So we have some left over. You want to start off, Terry?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. All right, this question is from Tara. And it says, have you been watching the Olympics? What is your favorite Olympic sport and why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've covered it. At least as far as watching, I don't think we've answered like our favorite. Well, I mean, I think I said overall, I think just all the track and field.
Yeah.
Especially like the sprints and the long jump and stuff, I think are my favorite.
That's what
I enjoy watching basketball, but it's usually because the U.S. men's and women's just kill. Like today, they played China and they were up by 50. Well, I don't even remember what the final score was. If they end up winning by over 50.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I was like, if the U.S. was losing by that much, I'd be probably pretty pissed. But it's always cool to see like different NBA athletes actually playing for a country and stuff. But I'd say track and field, and then I love the sand volleyball. The 2-on-2 sand volleyball is great.
That's
so I think those are my favorite if I had to pick.
Shit, they got big matches tonight. I know Germany plays Canada for the women's sand volleyball, and then the U.S. I don't remember who they play, but it might shake down to Germany and U.S. finals. It's gonna be exciting as fuck. I like the women's court volleyball too. The indoor volleyball is pretty exciting. They've had some close matches and very exciting. I know the women are out in soccer, I believe.
Yep.
But yeah, track and field is my shit. I love watching that. A lot of the sprints. Swimming, I really got into swimming after working at the CenturyLink for the swim trials a few years ago.
Yeah, you love that.
And then I follow it a lot more when I watch it. And then just cheering for Michael Phelps. A couple times we were out and everybody's applauding, after the race, like everybody's into it. But you can't see them. A lot of times you don't know who the fuck is who. They're underwater. They got goggles on. Like, who's in lane 6? Where's so-and-so? But,
when you're in person, the lanes with the flags don't show up.
Right, But track and field, you can see it. We've been watching that. And tonight is the 100-meter final. And even though he's not American, Usain Bolt, one of the fastest men of all time, best.
Probably is. I think he has the world record, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But he's a Jamaican sprinter. If you don't know who Usain Bolt is, if you don't know, get to know. It's ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. All right, it's 2016. You got the internet. All right? But Usain Bolt, and I think it's his final 100 meters. Yeah, he's got the world record. He's the fastest ever. And he said, they quoted him. I didn't hear him say this, but they said, you want to retire as the best. You want to retire as a champion. And he said, there's no way anybody's going to beat me.
Yeah.
So he's
already talking shit. Yeah. I love it.
He's confident.
I would love. I don't know who's all in because we were recording along, so I didn't get to see all like the semifinals. So I don't know who's all in it. I don't know if what's his face. Is
it Justin something?
Yeah, I can't fucking remember his name. From the American, who's
American
like,
guys are.
I'd like to see him upset for sure. I mean, it's America.
Yeah.
The United States. I'd love to see him get him and set a new world record.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I hope. It'd be fucking great.
Yeah, we'll be watching that tonight. That's exciting. Even though, like I said, even though it's Jamaica. As you say, Bolt, you want to watch the best and see what happens. Yeah, if the USA can upset, fuck, even better. Other than that reggae music and strong weed, Jamaica, I don't really know anything about it. But thanks, Tara. That's a good question. I'm glad everybody's excited about the Olympics.
Okay, this is fun. It doesn't have a name, so it's unanimous. But it says, "Would you rather be forgotten or hatefully remembered?" So somebody's just like, be like, Spicy Brown, who? I don't remember. Or been like, yeah, fuck that guy.
That guy.
Like, I know exactly who he is, and he's a fucking prick. What do you think?
I would say forgotten.
Yeah, I say too. I don't like to be hated.
No.
Like, it bothers me. So I would say, yeah, you can forget me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, right.
Now, if this is just like everybody, like, one of those questions, like if you had to choose everybody in the whole world, anytime you met them, they would never know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could be enticing because you can get away with some shit.
Yeah.
You just kick somebody in the balls.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to remember.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I think even in that case, I'd probably still, like, forgotten.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the way to do some crimes, rob some banks and shit.
I'm
Nobody would remember.
down for that all day. All day.
So
About that life.
it's a solid question, Anonymous.
Solid question. All right, this question's from Taylor. Football season is starting. Any predictions? I mean, I'm going to predict that Nebraska is going to win the Big Ten, and then they're going to go on to win the NCAA championship. They're due.
We predict that every year.
I predict that every year. And then in NFL, I don't watch as closely as you. Do you got any predictions for NFL?
It's hard saying. I mean, if the thing is, as much as I hate to say, you can never count out like the Patriots for sure.
Those fucking cheating
Tom
cunts.
Brady comes back fucking with a mission. He definitely could take them all the way. I don't know who's favored. I think Panthers are probably still favored because they did very well last year. I don't think the Broncos are going to do well since after Manning left, they're going to build up. But you never know.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, because I'm a big Chiefs fan. I obviously would love to see the Chiefs go all the way, but Chiefs last year won their first playoff game in 28 years or whatever it was. So that was nice, but it's vintage Chiefs, so they probably, who knows what the fuck they're going to do.
Right.
But I mean, good things. I mean, the team's looking up. They're doing better and better. So,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I guess maybe just based off just last year, and I don't know. Obviously, the preseason just started, so you're gonna have injuries and stuff. They said you can never count out Tom Brady, whether you fucking hate him or like him. I mean, he is one of the best of all time. He has 5 rings.
Absolutely.
He has all these records. Like, you can't argue with that. Whether you
Right.
think he's a cheater, I'm not a fan of Brady at all, but he is fun to watch. Like, I mean, he's fucking
good.
some of the shit that he does. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But you can never count him out, especially with this. I mean, if he could put it to Roger Goodell, he's gonna fucking do it. If
Yeah.
he could win it after being suspended.
Oh, yeah.
So I would probably say maybe them or the Panthers. I don't know who else would be big contenders. I don't really watch the draft a lot, so I don't know who got the best, like who won the best draft picks as far as that goes. So, I mean, as long as the Cowboys lose every fucking game, that's
Yeah, and for college football, it's Notre Dame for me. If Notre Dame could lose every game, Bama could lose a few games, so they could not make it to the national championship. That'd be great. As far as the Big Ten goes, the Big Ten is getting better and better. It's scary. So Nebraska, I think they had a shit season last year. With the new coach, it's going to take adjustments. Riley's a great coach. That's what experts are saying. The people that know him saying he's a great coach. He's going to need the guys that he wants in there for his system, and it's going to take a few years, but Nebraska's going to be better. The scary thing is Ohio State. They're fucking great.
Yeah.
They got a great coach, Urban Meyer. Then Michigan State with Coach D'Antonio. They've been killing it. They're going to be great. Iowa, I don't think they lost a fucking game, and then they lost the Big Ten championship game. Did they? To Michigan State, maybe. I don't remember how that.
I don't remember how it played out.
But then they played Stanford in the Rose Bowl, and they got fucking murdered. Which I don't give a fuck about Iowa football. I got a lot of friends that like Iowa football, which makes me hate Iowa football. But when you're playing on a national scale and you're playing in the Rose Bowl
and
against a Pac-12 team,
and you're a Big Ten,
you have to make the Big Ten look good.
Yeah.
And they got their fucking dicks kicked in. Yeah. They got their shit pushed in is what happened. And it was embarrassing, and it was a beating. Nebraska won their bowl game, so they got momentum coming into the season.
the fact that they made it to a bowl game with the record that they had anyway. I mean, a lot of people said they probably shouldn't have made it. But, I mean, I think beating the upstate over Michigan State definitely helped their case and stuff like that. So, and then they ended up winning the bowl game. So
yeah, they beat UCLA in the bowl game.
Which is fucking great.
Good momentum for the season. But, yeah, Ohio State's great. Michigan State's great. Wisconsin, I don't know what they got going on. Michigan, with their coach, the fuck is his name? Came from the NFL. Came from San Francisco 49ers, correct? I can't think of his name. He's going to make the program better. I think Lovie Smith, the old Chicago Bears coach, is at like Illinois now. I want to say Illinois. They're going to be good. He's going to start recruiting. Northwestern is in Nebraska's schedule, I think, every year. And it's like Iowa State. It was like when they played Iowa State. You never know what team's going to show up.
And it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like, it's Northwestern. We should win that game every year, but you never do. They always come prepared, so you can't even fucking be angry.
It was the same thing with Iowa State when we were in the Big 12. It seemed like Iowa State could have like 2 wins of the whole season. Nebraska would be great. And then Iowa State's like, nope, we're playing Nebraska. Like, this is the only game we're going to play all year. We're going to win.
Yeah, it makes it exciting.
It does.
For sure. And I think, you and I have talked about this before. Like, I mean, I'm a huge Husker fan. I love the Huskers. Mm-hmm. But if they lose, like, yeah, it sucks, but they lose. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like I know people who get fucking pissed. Yeah. They get angry and fuck the Huskers, fuck this, fire the coach. Like, and I get it. I get the passion, It was obviously like they're just like most all fans if like they want Nebraska to win the championship every year. Yeah. And if they don't, the season's a loss. And I get that. I get that mentality. But to get like that pissed off, and shit, I don't know. I just naturally I'm not an angry guy, so I'm just like just get it next game or whatever. So
it's definitely annoying to me, and I don't like it, and it's embarrassing. But they're kids, they're college students.
I get pissed like during the game, like what the fuck? Come on! Yeah. As I'm like way overweight, sitting at home, shoving wings in my mouth, drinking. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
You couldn't catch that?
Yeah, right. So, so take it for a grain of salt. I don't even know if that's the same, but fuck it. Mexican moonshine.
Mexican moonshine all day. Yeah, I hope Nebraska does well. I like Coach Riley. I think he's going to be great. They got a big game, the third game. I think they're playing Oregon. Now, I want to say they're playing it at home though, and fuck, to pull an upset there.
Oh, that'd be great.
Start a good season. Their schedule's not that tough. There's a stretch where they play, I think, Northwestern, like Minnesota, or Wisconsin, then Ohio State, and then they finish with Iowa, and then hopefully they make it to the Big Ten championship game. But a lot of their games they should win. Some of these teams they're struggling, like the Penn States are struggling. And Minnesota has been great, and then I think last year they were kind of up and down, but the staff that they have there that Jerry Kill brought, Minnesota's going to be good. A lot of the teams are getting better, and that's what the Big Ten needs to do because they were struggling. They were sucking ass a few years ago, and now all these teams are looking solid. Got some great coaches.
It's going to be another exciting year for sure.
For sure.
I like the playoff. I'm glad they did the 4 teams. I enjoy that. I know a lot of people say maybe they want like a bigger bracket. I don't know how all that would work out, but I think at least for now, like it's great. Like you can't, the first year they did it was not last year, but the year before, and Ohio State won it all, which is great for the Big Ten. Bama won it last year, so for me at least, what it takes out, you're still going to get the conversation like this team should have been in that, and those 4 teams with this, but it takes away at least one team fucking sneaking in just for the national championship, and then if they end up losing, at least to win the championship, you have to win 2 games, and I'm 100% on board with that.
Like Notre Dame a few years ago, they had a shit schedule. They went in and they played Bama in the national championship game, and it's like fucking. If I couldn't hate 2 teams more, like I wanted both teams to lose so bad. Bama ran all over Notre Dame like everybody predicted. They're not in a major conference. They have a soft schedule a lot of times. If USC's struggling and Stanford's struggling, they're going to beat Army, and they should beat Navy, and if the couple teams that are good don't have a good game, Notre Dame could go undefeated every year. It's like, you gotta be shitting.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Army, step up your fucking game. I'm tired of getting fucking losing the goddamn Navy. Every year they've won like Army have lost like 17 years in a row.
17 years in a row. This year, I remember we were watching at work, and I think Army had a chance to come back and win, and I can't remember what happened. Like interception. It was a fucked up game. I wish I remembered how it went down, but they fucking shit the bed, if I remember right. They shit the bed on an interception or something.
It's ridiculous.
Or a bunch of interceptions. I can't remember. Fuck, they'll get it together, hopefully.
It's the Navy.
The fucking Navy, right? Yeah. It's embarrassing.
For sure.
Watching football, that was the first football game. Yesterday we were watching the Chiefs. They shit the bed at the end, but Hogan from Stanford, threw that interception, and then it led to the comeback by Seahawks.
Yeah, we'll fucking see how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, it's
exciting.
That's the thing. There's a reason why they play the games, because you never know what the fuck is going to happen. So, did you top her off? Are you done with her?
I'm done with my first Black Bull.
My first?
Yeah, I don't think I'm having another one.
No.
I'm sweating like a whore in church.
Lucky. Now you want to jump on to the next question?
Yes, sir.
All right, got another appearance from Mama Pagnasty. So she does say she said, must have typo because she said shout out to both of you. I think she meant shouts out.
Okay.
That's all right. We'll let it slide.
Let it slide.
I think we kind of answered this question before last night. I don't remember the question, but it says, with all the shootings and hatred, if you could say one thing to the world to make a difference, what would it be? What message would you send? So, I think we kind of answered it last night. I think it's probably close to the same advice with the kids. Like, what would you tell kids?
Yeah.
I guess last night or the last podcast, it was.
That door just flew open, dude.
Oh,
It
I was
scared
like,
the shit out
it's
of
like
me.
somebody coming in. I thought I locked it. Hold on. Sons of bitches.
Shit, dude.
There we go. I know. I saw the look on your eye, and then I was like, "Shit! Is somebody walking in the back door? What the hell?"
The wind must have caught the door.
You realize you're interrupting the best podcast on the internet?
Jesus Christ.
No, but what I was saying, as I said, like kids, eventually it's gonna get better. You can't tell people that, like in the world, it goes back to just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can say all the inspirational shit that you want. There's people out there who do try to make this world a better place that are way, way more known and more powerful than what we are. Yeah. I feel, and it doesn't get it done. And it's a long topic. You can get into it, but religion's a big part of it for, like, especially in the Middle East. You know, they're doing it because they think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And you can't. You're not going to teach that. I mean, they've been teaching that up since their entire lives, and how you're going to eradicate thousands and thousands of years of religion.
Oh my God, religion has caused more bloodshed in the world than anything else.
Yeah. So I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, like, it's hard, but yeah, I mean, you just gotta. It's hard. I just say try not to be a dick. Like,
I think mankind's nature is just violent.
I mean, you just look at stuff in the animal world outside of humans. It's a very violent place. So I mean, I would agree with that. So.
Yeah, it's people are violent. I would just say, ELE, everybody love everybody.
Yeah.
And that sounds cheesy, but I think people right now are mad. They're pissed off. Times are hard, and people are expressing that through violence. A lot of mass shootings and fucked up shit. But hopefully, I don't know if we could come back from that, or if things are going to change. Hopefully, they'll start changing.
What will change is, and then unfortunately, I think this is what will have to happen for it to change, is some major catastrophic event, like a big volcano eruption or a meteor, where it takes out half of the world, and people go back, reset, and they're forced to survive. Even then, you're still going to get, like, the different tribes, like like with the Native Americans, here in America, like, different tribes still fought and stuff. But I think there for a while, when people are going to try to survive, it might bring some people together. You never know. It might be like a Walking Dead thing where everybody's just like, fuck them. That's probably really what would happen.
I think so.
Now that I'm talking it out, but I think people have it like. A lot of people just have it too easy.
Yeah.
I mean, life is way simpler than it was back in the fucking 1800s, I think for the most part, there's a lot of great people. It just sucks we always hear about the bad, because it's bad. Somebody shoots up a school, somebody, is a terrorist attack, somebody takes a truck and runs it through a fucking parade. It's not good. It sucks. You hate to see it. And that's obviously going to get attention, but there's, great things that we were talking about. I don't remember if it was on the podcast or not, but when we were talking about J.J. Watt, like a lot of NFL players, they do a lot of good stuff. And we read somewhere where he's bought pizza for an entire, like, fire station and, like, police department in, like, a town. There's a lot of people who give back, and you got to look up to that as inspiration.
For sure.
Different athletes and stuff like that.
I'm glad you said that. In anything, there's way more better people out there than the shit people. There's gonna be shit people. There's people with mental illness. There's people who are just fucked up. There's people who had the way they were brought up fucked up, and some people can't change. But yeah, most people are fucking great. Most people we run into are great. Everybody is always nice, that I run into. But yeah, there's some fucked up people out there in the world. But yeah, the news, they talk about just shitty things. So whether you're talking about, like, any group of people, whether it's like, say, police, or if you're talking about Muslims or whatever, there's a small percentage that are shit people, just like the rest of the population. But the rest of them are probably good people, you know what I mean? But they suffer from that small 1% that are fucking fucking it up for everybody else. Mm-hmm. You know, but in the news, that's what they talk about. The news talks about bad shit. They don't talk about happy shit most of the time.
Yeah. Way to drag us down. Just kidding.
All right, next question.
Yeah, we only have 2 more after this.
Oh, shit. All right, this question is from Melina.
Oh, that's
Shouts
funny.
out. It says, if you were in a situation where you had to choose between saving Spicy's life or eating tacos, what would you choose? So this question's for you.
Okay.
If you were in a situation where you had to choose between saving Spicy's life or eating tacos, what would you choose?
Man, that's such a hard situation. I mean, I don't know if I would want like hard shell or soft shell tacos.
Yeah, what kind of tacos are we talking about?
Like which one?
Yeah.
Maybe just combined it. Just put the hard shell and the soft shell. You know, make like one of those. But of course, it would be eating tacos. You just think I'm fucking crazy?
Right.
Like, jeez.
Right.
Tacos don't make for a good podcast, though, so I might have to think about this more. That fuck, he's so funny, man.
Yeah.
He cracks my shit. He's always talking about tacos on Facebook
Yes.
and stuff. We should bring up, because I know he won't care, but his Snapchat story from this past weekend.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, it was so funny.
So we got to get him back on the podcast, and when we do, we will get him back on the podcast. We
Yeah,
definitely
and he's
ask
gonna
him
have to
about
tell this story, like from his point of view.
Yeah.
'Cause all I saw was, well, somewhat from his point of view, but on Snapchat, oh, it was beautiful.
that. So what they had at one of the smaller arenas in the metro, they had lingerie boxing. So it looked like they had a bunch of skeezers and lingerie in a boxing ring, and they were going.
And he was a judge.
and he was some guest judge or something.
Fucking course he was.
And I
That's
guess
so awesome.
Fights, from what the Snapchat story looked like, fights were breaking out in the crowd, and the police came, and then
Yeah, it was like it
they were
started in the
dragging
ring.
people away.
And like it's not like actual like. I mean, it is boxing, but I mean they're going out and just swinging. There's no technique involved at all, and I don't know much about boxing at all. But you could tell somebody's just swinging.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like there's no like keeping your hands up and trying to do
Right.
body shots, head shots, or whatever. They're just swinging. And the next thing I know, it's like the fighters are going at it on the outside
Yeah.
of the ring,
Yeah.
and then the next thing he knows, he's showing up in like the upper deck, and people are fucking
Yeah,
swinging
up in
up
upper
there.
deck.
Cops are showing
Yeah.
up, and I'm like, holy fuck!
It looked awesome. Like
It looked awesome.
me and Kim were like, we should go to this, and that was what we would have had volleyball if we were in town, but since we were coming to Kansas City, so we definitely weren't going to go. But
Yeah.
if we would have been in town, that'd have been something I'd have been interested in looking at, especially when you saw everything that went on outside
Oh
the ring.
my god!
It's like goddamn Jerry Springer show and live.
Because I didn't look at it that night. I saw it the next morning. I texted him. I was like, "Dude, that's probably the best Snapchat story I've ever seen."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I was antagonizing it," which I'm sure he was. Fucking prick. But I want to hear like exactly how it happened, like from his point, like how he saw and like what happened, or if it was like the first fight that happened, or what. That was great.
Okay. And I've watched some amateur shit like that where even the Guns and Hoses,
Yeah.
where
Why don't you explain what that is?
all right, so Guns and Hoses is a deal that they do in different cities where they have games that put the police against the fire department, whether it's flag football, they do baseball or softball, and for a few years in a row they did boxing. And that was pretty intense, and tempers did flare. There were a few fights in the crowd because people get hyped up. But those are always fun. And then for those, like guys were going, they separated the boxing gyms in the city. So like the cops are going to this gym and this gym, firefighters are going to this gym and this gym. Then they would find people of the same weight and then the same like experience level. And then the night of the event, it was at a big arena, and they went at it. There was a bunch of fights, and those were pretty good. But even those, like these guys, they train for a few weeks, you know. And then, but when you get in that ring, and then your adrenaline's going, and then you're getting hit, like for real, you're not just sparring. It seems like techniques go out of the fucking window, and they're just like
because they're not
swinging.
professional. They're not professional fighters.
Yeah,
or boxers,
they're not.
So,
but that just makes you think, like even if you're prepared, like fuck you just default to survival and just brawling. It's like if you fucking just punch him in the stomach. Everybody's just trying to get headshots. Whatever, like just hit him in the stomach. You're gonna win the fight. That's all you gotta like. Just box, throw a jab, throw your jab, you know. But yeah, with these broads, I don't know if they did any practice or anything.
probably
like that.
not. They probably just went and they just picked them out of the crowd. right
You
then
got
and there.
lingerie on? Get up here. Put up your hands. Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, with anything, if I'm gonna do anything, I watch a YouTube video, of course. I study that shit on YouTube. I look at Wikipedia, and I'll try that shit out. Especially if I'm gonna get in the ring or something like that. I would prep and fucking just try to stick to my technique. and I just start fucking throwing haymakers.
Yeah,
I wish we could have seen it though. That would have been awesome, dude.
All right. Yeah, I can't wait to have him on and see it for sure. So
Next time we have you on, bring some tacos, motherfucker.
He will too, son of a bitch. All right, this is from T. Beeman. So it says, if you could be a woman for one day, what would you do in one day's time? Would it include your fingers?
It would include a fucker right in the pussy.
I don't know. If I could be a woman for one day, I'd try to see if I can get some free stuff with my cleavage.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that obviously I would assume you still have like a male brain. That's how I feel. Like if you could be in a woman's body, then like you still have your own male mind for sure. Yep. So, knowing my luck, I can turn into somebody who's on their period, so. And I would just cry, send me back. I never want to do this again. So,
I mean, just try to get free shit, do stuff like that. Just bang a bunch of dudes while you're getting free shit.
Yeah, but if you have the male mind, you'd still bang a bunch of dudes.
You gotta bang a bunch of dudes. I think.
Yeah,
right?
why would you go? But if it's your male mind, you got a female body. Why wouldn't you just go?
You bang yourself? You're saying that?
No, I just say with that. There's nothing wrong with masturbation.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with being gay either. But I'm just saying I'd go find a woman. I don't want to bang dudes now, so why would I want to bang dudes in a woman's body?
But
I
you
just
have
want
a
to go.
vagina.
Yeah, I want to see other women's vaginas, and it's probably a lot easier to see other women's vagina as a woman.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to.
Hey, you do you. You're in a safe place. It's okay.
You're right. I am in a safe place. No, I would not want to bang a bunch of dudes if I had a vagina. But yeah, I would probably, I don't know. I would definitely play with my vagina as much as possible.
You probably wouldn't get anything done. You
Right.
Not even leave the house.
You just knuckle blasting like, marathon. Flicking the beam. Just going to town.
Like you're a fucking DJ. You're at a fucking concert. Oh, that's
good question.
Solid. Yeah.
Good question, man.
One left.
Oh,
Finish
shit.
it.
God damn. All right. This is from Frank.
Oh, shit.
All right. Shouts out. Did you know that you cannot write "this cannot be fake" in all lowercase in a comment on Facebook? ? Why is this? Can you explain this? So, no, I didn't know that.
I feel like he's fucking with us.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
It says you cannot write "this cannot be fake" in quotations in all lowercase in the comments on Facebook. Why is this? Can you explain this? I've never heard of this, so I can't explain this. Have you heard anything?
No, not at all. I don't know what the fuck.
I would imagine that he tried this before he.
No, probably
No?
not. No, he's probably trying to fuck with us. I
He's
have a
trolling us?
feeling. I don't know. If he is, it's not a good troll.
This cannot.
Unless he's just been waiting, looking at our Facebooks, just like seeing, have they done this yet?
Yeah, right.
He probably wrote this forever ago. And we're just now getting into
They're
it.
on Facebook constantly. Like, these motherfuckers never are on Facebook.
I've never heard of that. I don't know where he got that from. Why don't you write us? Let us know. I need some backstory.
A backstory for this would be nice, and then an answer if somebody can explain this. Let us know, because now we're left in the dark. How the fuck are we gonna be able to sleep tonight? Like,
I don't know.
fuck, Frank. Jesus.
Fuck! Some bullshit.
Yeah, that's fishy. Now it's fucking with my head.
We'll have to, maybe we'll Google it after we're done here.
Yeah, Google it.
So
yeah, because why? That wouldn't make sense that you couldn't. Facebook wouldn't let you do it.
Yeah.
Or if you could do it.
This
if you use
cannot be
uppercase
fake.
letters. Yeah.
That makes no sense.
We'll leave this out so we could try to research. Or we could have one of our aides research it later.
Right.
See what's going on with that.
This cannot be fake.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this question's back from July 15th. So almost 1 month to the day. He's probably just like, why the fuck haven't they done anything yet? Son of a bitch. Craziness.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, that's all the questions that we have.
Shit,
So send in more. nastyandfriends@gmail. Whatever you want. We'll answer it or avoid it or whatever the fuck we want to do with it. So we appreciate it. Solid questions, except for maybe one. We'll let you decide which one that is. But Well, yeah, no, good. It always leads for good conversation.
Absolutely.
So
So much fun.
We never know what rabbit hole we're gonna jump down. So.
Yeah, please send some in. We were in we were downtown. Must have been last Sunday, fucking around doing a Sunday fun day, and we went into the store, and I can't remember the name of the store, but it's just like a store for like games and cards and other stuff. It's more geared for adults, but they had books. They had great like birthday cards, anniversary cards that are for people like you and me.
Oh, okay.
Like you go into Target and you're
Bunch of
looking
scumbags.
Yeah, it's built for scumbags. You go into Target and you're trying to find a card for your buddy's birthday, and they're all like, "This isn't shit I would say. This isn't shit that anybody I know would say. This is shit that they would say on like a sitcom on TV. That's not how people live." Like I like
or a pill for heart disease.
Right. Yeah, right. Like better off just writing my own cards. Like have a happy fucking birthday. Like shit, just stupid shit like that. Yeah. That's how I would talk. But this store had all sorts of funny cards in there. Great cards. They're funny. They had a bunch of games in there. They had books. They had and I was looking at some of the books. One was a cookbook from prison. So it was all people. And it told us.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it told a story about why they're in prison, and then they shared like a grilled cheese sandwich and like just different shit like that. They had books like that. They had a book on how to live with a giant dong. They had just weird books and funny stuff.
You don't remember? It was like a Spencer's or something like that?
It was kind of like that, but it was just I don't think it was like a chain store.
Oh, okay.
I think this was just a little place in downtown, a little boutique, if you will, with just different stuff. And they had different games. They had some pretty funny fucking magnets. They had one for your like a dishwasher, and it said, I can't remember what it said. It said clean, and then you could flip it over, and then it said dirty slut. And it had like but they had just a funny shit in there, and then they had games. They did have a few different versions of Would You Rather.
Oh,
and then
okay.
they had another game that I was Karen was like, you should buy that, and you guys could use it on the podcast. And I said, it was like $15. I said, we could probably just Google it, and they probably got a website, and we could do it for free. I'll have to ask her because I don't remember what it was, but they had a lot of games, a lot of funny shit, a lot of just silly toys and shit like that you could fuck around with too. But I just thought I'd share that with you. It's fucking
Dude,
fun.
that's awesome. Yeah, we should go in there and take a look at it.
Yeah,
sure.
I got to buy some cards for like birthday and Christmas and stuff like that.
It's like the perfect place.
Yeah.
Because I hate going to a place like you said. You're just looking like maybe I would say this if I was like.
Yeah, to my mom or to like people like that. Usually I just get a normal card. But if it's a good like for you, if it's your birthday, like I don't want to just get a hey happy birthday, buddy. I was gonna buy you a money in the card, but those stupid fucking, like that's
money
not
in the card,
funny.
but I couldn't afford it.
Right?
Yeah. Happy birthday! #blessed.
Yeah, you gotta come better than that. Make some heat,
Yeah, for sure. I like people who will get those, but then they'll make like their own, like they'll cross out a word and write fuck, like in pen. You know what I mean? Like that, that type of stuff is good. Edit your own card from it. Yeah. So that I enjoyed a lot. So
talking about last night, they're talking about we're bumping Tupac. We're just hanging out, a little faded, and we get into this conversation. And I don't remember how again we got in this conversation, but the conversation was about Asian midgets that are pregnant, and then
little people, little peas.
God damn, sorry, dude. I don't know why I do that. Like, I got in trouble at work for saying that. And they're like, it's little people, man.
I don't give a fuck. I just think it's funny to correct you.
I know, but I shouldn't. If it offends people, I don't want to do that. Who am I kidding? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to offend people? Finish the story. Go ahead. So, finish the story. Let's see where this is going.
It started with going back to episode 19 when we were talking about the fetish for having sex with pregnant women.
Yeah.
And then I said...
Because we were just talking about the podcast and the funny parts.
Yeah.
About, that's such a great podcast. Because a lot of times we'll forget. I mean, it's 3 hours of talking.
Yeah.
And we'll, bust up laughing. We're drinking. And there's, a bunch of, how do we get on this subject? Why did you laugh? What exactly did I say? What set it up? And then I totally had forgot about the pregnant part. Yeah, about being attracted to pregnant women.
Yeah. And then, so, I don't know how we got on the midgets. And we got on the midgets. And
Little people.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry. So then I don't know how we got on that. And then I wasn't even talking about the Asians. I was just saying pregnant little people.
Right.
And you said Asians. And I said, yeah. I said, Asian, like pregnant little people, Asians. And we got on that road and we were talking about if we could find a way to find some women like that and bring them on the podcast.
Fit that description.
That fit that description.
Exactly to a T.
And have sex with them for research for the podcast and then talk about it on the podcast. And
yeah, you think we go down rabbit holes on the podcast? You should be present after.
I was saying, and then we did some. There's obviously questions, about that, and then clarifications. And I was saying this is a consensual thing. Like we're not raping.
Yeah.
This is a consensual thing. The thing is, it's going to be tough to find these broads, and then like get consent like from them or their husbands or whatever. Like, I mean, we want to have sex with your little pregnant Asian wife, but it's just for research.
Right.
We're just doing this.
Like, how do you even bring that up? At first, you have to take them to a bar, get them liquored up, then bring it up.
Like, hey, I've been thinking, I'm gonna throw this by you real quick. Just think about it.
I'm gonna send it out there. If you don't like it, just send it right back.
Your little Asian pregnant wife. Can we?
Obviously, she's DTF.
Can we smash? Like, how do you feel about it? Like, is that okay? But to get that and then to find them, first of all. Right. So if anybody out there, if you see a little person that's Asian and pregnant, I'm not saying to grab her or anything like that, but like get a hold of her, take a picture, let us know, and then we'll try to reach out and contact them.
Yeah, get her contact info if you can.
Yeah, tell them about the podcast. And we'll start working on that. That's just one of the things. We ladies and gentlemen, we always have a lot of things in the works. You know what I mean? We got the death pool that we're anxious to get into. We brought it up on episode 19, and you want to just talk. We won't talk about it as much as we did last episode. I don't think.
Yeah, just let us know if you guys want in on it. Again, I think we're gonna go with Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool. Look up, read the rules. If you're interested, let us know. And then we're gonna get a big group. We might just do like a total like Facebook chat group or something on it, and discuss how much people want to put in, what we want to pay out and stuff. Yeah. So it's total group participation. Yeah. But yeah, just let us know. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Shoot us an email. Say you're in. Yeah. And like I said, if you're not familiar, just Google Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool. You put in Doug Stanhope's Death Pool or Celebrity. It'll pop right up. Just go to his website and look at the stuff and see if you're interested. It's a lot of fun. It's a year-long a fantasy league, if you will. So
we'll start it up in the next few months. As soon as we're looking for about 20 people. So we're gonna hit up people on the podcast, hit up friends, hit up family, because we know a lot of sick fucks. Pretty much, we're all gonna pick 20 celebrities that we think are gonna die next year. This is gonna be from January 2017 to December 2017, and then it's gonna be. We're going to decide, like Pag said, how much we're going to pay in and how much, like, first, second, third wins. And we'll figure all that out together as a group when we got the team and get a team name and all that. So we just want to know what size package we're looking at buying, 10, 20, 30 people. We're looking for about 20. But if you're interested, let us know because we're going to start setting this up in the next few months. So it's ready by January 1st.
Yeah, ready to go. I don't know. Well, we can do more looking into it, like, once we get the people. Just let us know for sure because I think you have to have, like, picks locked in by a certain date and stuff like that. So, because we definitely want to do it. Like I mentioned last podcast, I did it back in 2013, and it was actually a lot of fun. There wasn't very many of us, and we don't have to. We select the name of a funeral home. Like I was looking at some of the names of the funeral home. One of them's like you can't spell funeral without fun. Just fucking hilarious. But I don't think we're even gonna call it Nasty and Friends. We could come up with a name. It doesn't have to be that.
Right.
But we just want to get the word out there. So let us know for sure.
Yeah. So that's in the works. We got shirts that we talk about doing. We got the pregnant Asian sex midget scam that we're working. And
little person.
Yeah, little people. We're always working on different stuff for the podcast, and we're exciting. Keep listening. Episode motherfucking 20, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, I don't think there's too much more that we have unless you can think of anything. It's just kind of a checking in on you. I know it's Sunday morning. You guys need to get back on the road, get back so you can watch like the Olympics and shit. So, yeah, so hopefully this is, we'll get together and record. So hopefully there'll still be one week after this one comes out. Yeah. We're going to figure it out. If not, we may just do another prison call or, you know, we still set up for that. So we'll definitely get it figured out. Oh, yeah. So, keep sending questions, you know, at Nasty and, at Nasty Friends Gmail. Twitter, Instagram is at Nasty and Friends. Facebook, Nasty and Friends. Think about Death Pool. Seriously, like, we really want to do it. It's going to be... Yeah. You know, if you're any half of a scumbag that we are, you'll enjoy it. So, absolutely. I guess last thing we could do is shout out some fuck yous, and then we'll get the hell out.
I want to give a shout out to El Chapo. I want to give a shout out to Melina, 101 Skywalker Boxing Academy. I want to give a shout out to pregnant Asian sex midgets.
Little people.
And I want to say, I'm going to keep the theme going for fuck yous. Fuck you, Hope Solo. You skank ass bitch. If I ever see you in the streets, shit's gonna get mad real fast. You ever been in a storm? Hope, you've ever been in a storm? Don't let me see you in traffic, on the streets, on a soccer field. It's not gonna end up well for you. That's all I got.
That's all you got? All right. I just couple shouts out to fucking who are the people who do our shirts?
Troy and Trevor.
Trevor. I knew it was Trevor because I always remember Troy, but I couldn't fucking think of it. So Troy and Trevor, Creative T, Omaha Creative T.
Yes, sir. They do good shirts. They do our shirts. We still have shirts for sale there. If you're looking at shirts for a business or company or whatever, just our team, like we made ours for Sam Volleyball. Hit them up. They do great work. They'll work with you. You could go in and design shirts. They got computers you could use. When we go in there, they help us out tremendously. So we always give them big shouts out.
Yeah. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Mexican Moonshine. Shouts out to Cam and JPEG for sitting in the other room listening to this last night too. So it's
those poor girls.
Yeah. They know what they're getting to. So I have you took not that you took it, but I'm glad you did a better job with the fuck you. So other than that, probably the last time we mentioned that bitch's name, hopefully. So unless she's on the podcast, and then we'll probably not be polite.
She's going to be in my death pool for 2017.
Jesus. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Remember, life is simple. Don't be a dick. Night, sluts.
Hi, Rob Long here with your weekly animal update. Domestic pigs. Pigs are extraordinarily intelligent, man. They're curious and insightful animals who are widely accepted as being smarter than young children of at least 3 years of age, dogs, and even some primates, man. Pigs are extremely social animals. They form close bonds with other individuals and love close contact and lying down together, man. Pigs are very clean, keeping their toilet area far away from where they lie down and eat. Even newborn piglets will leave the nest to go to the toilet within hours of birth. Wild pigs play an important role in managing ecosystems, man, and maintaining biodiversity. By rooting and thus disturbing the soil, they create areas for new plant colonization, man. They also spread fruit plants by dispersing their seeds, man. Pigs have a tremendous sense of smell. The large round disc of cartilage at the tip of the snout is connected to muscle that gives it extra flexibility and strength for rooting in the ground. Winston Churchill famously said that dogs look up to man, cats look down to man, pigs look us straight in the eye and see an equal, man. Signing off for Pagnasty and Brown, this has been a weekly animal update, as always brought to you by John Jameson and Sons, man. I'm Rob Long. Go fuck yourself.
Original bad boy.